Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unfiltered and Intentional. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Happy Sunday to you. Um, I was just going to go ahead and just put it out there for the guests that tune in now, later. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the community. This month, we were talking about prepping. Every week we were hitting topics about it, and we're just going to kind of wrap it up this episode so we can go on to something a little bit more woosah because it's been a hell of a ride. This season, this week, this month, this year. So just to kind of, chill back and put it out there. But Ty, can you let everybody know what to do?
Y'all already know what time it is. Welcome back. We hope. I know I'm having a day. Anywho, y'all know the routine. We're always giving you love because y'all show love back by subscribing and sharing and liking and having great conversations in our Facebook group. But if you are not tuned into the group and or YouTube, you know what to do. Go to YouTube or Facebook, type in type in Unfiltered and Intentional. Sorry about that. And hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Help us out.
Yeah, we've been saying that. Thank you once again for tuning in, liking, subscribing, and sharing on YouTube and Facebook and all that. We are missing a co-worker, a captain on this ship. And we want to say we love you, Liz, but we will see you soon. Okay. Shout out to Liz. Yes. So with that being said, like I said, this week we are going to be we're wrapping up the whole prepping and what to prep for and this, that, and the third. But I definitely want to hit what's been going on in the news in regards to COVID-19, the variants, the flu season, freaking monkeypox. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry for my language. It's like every day there's something going on. I have no idea why.
Monkeypox.
What? Yeah. And then within saying they had like a super virus and a cold and all types of stuff. It's just something always added to this whole list of stuff we already got to deal with. And then, like I said, the title of the show is, are we, overwhelmed yet? Really, are we? And then, of course, building up the immune system. But before we talk about building up the immune system, have you had enough, Ty? Have you had enough specs? What's going on? Like, are you ready to just explode?
I'm over it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, boo. Do you?
Yeah, it's just so much. It's unreal, really. In my life, I've seen a lot, done a lot, but right now it's so condensed of so much stuff. The economy about to crash again. We got monkeypox. I don't even know what that is. This virus that is awful, and the numbers are going up worse than before. So it's almost no relief. It's like a horror movie. It's like 17 horror movies all in one, disaster movies, and you don't get a mental break. It's every time you turn on the TV, go to Facebook, you cannot not see it. I'm done. I'm ready to move to Mars. I'm good. I'll see y'all later.
That might be the preparation. That might be the preparation to get our asses off this.
I mean, you got to think about it though. Like, the horror movies together. We got like Independence Day meshed with Outbreak. Y'all. Earl K said it's like a bad sci-fi movie.
It is.
Yeah. You would, if you saw this movie, you would walk out because there's too much going on. You're like, come on, man. Pick the top, go with that. You need all this. You need all the movie. You wouldn't believe this movie. It's too unbelievable. It looked fake. So you got the next president.
How are you doing with it, Ty? How are you doing? Are you just ready to just like throw the fucking camera like?
Listen, I told you I have been silently weeping alone because I'm like so overwhelmed and stressed out just from, you know, you want to go outside, you know, you want to like hug people and you want to, you know, laugh and talk to people. And it's like, okay, well, you sniffled, you sneezed. I don't know what you got. We're not doing those. You know, you're back to quarantining in your house. Then you're hearing about the food shortages. Then again, like the monkeypox. And then I cannot. I am so over all of this. Like, I just want to, you know, throw my hands up. But the only thing we can do is continue to do what we're doing, is gain knowledge, gain resources, and try to make it through, because tomorrow might be something else. That, you know, they might have like a toe syndrome where everybody's left toes are disconnecting and running down the street and getting stuck in other people's noses. You don't know what's going to be going.
Well, and you know, you have to. It's funny you said that, because I know for myself personally, and that's why I came up with the title, you know, Overwhelmed Yet, because it is so freaking overwhelming, because you have this whole thing, right? Of all these different variations of some type of shit to get you sick, right? But then all of a sudden, you got all these other things. You got the political dish, you got the, you know, the racist dish, you got inflation. It's hitting you left and right. And it's like, wow. I mean, like I said, this month we were dedicating it to prepping and just trying to be prepared on it. But just to put it out there, you know, the two categories where we have vulnerable individuals are going to be your autoimmune folks, you know, who have these things happening, and autoimmune deficiencies can go with any age. A lot of times, yes, you hear the elderly, but it's any age. It can really be. And then also you have your young kids, and that right there is what kills me. I mean, of course, you don't want any elderly to get sick, but it's like they can articulate, they can comprehend, right. They can say, hey, this is what's going on. They can at least write it out. Or show pictures, use some type of analytical brain to get it. Right. When you have that baby, when you have that young one who's suffering and they cannot get those words out, you know, what do you do? I know, and I'm putting it out there right now, I know that I may get in trouble by this episode, because I know that when you talk about COVID, it's a red flag to certain sites. And they may ding you and may say, hey, what's going on? But I have to talk about it. I have to talk about it because at the end of the day, we have to protect ourselves somehow, somewhere. So, of course, you have the CDC, you have a WHO, you have the federal government. You have a lot of people that say, you know, get the vaccination. You get the vaccination, that's great. I have no problems with it. Yeah. We have specs here, right? You know, you got the vaccination. My husband got the vaccine. We know people got vaccinated, right? And then you have people say, no, I'm not getting vaccinated. But I respect that. And I just want to hear the reasons why an individual doesn't. Some people don't choose to for different reasons. Sometimes it's religious, right? Some people are like, hey, but at the end of the day, have some things firm and stand behind it. And if someone tests that theory, be able to show that information. Just don't talk the side out of your ass and be just saying crazy stuff. Because at the end of the day, even if you're not getting vaccinated at the moment, maybe you just got your first shot. My next question, which kind of ties it all in, which a lot of different states are talking about, unfortunately, is mask. Because we have a whole crowd of people who feel different ways about masks. Now, once again, this has nothing to do, did you get vaccinated? Did you not get vaccinated? I'm just talking about, should you wear a mask versus do you not wear a mask? So I want to hear from you guys. Even the audience, I want to hear from the audiences too, you know, because a lot of people say, hey, I'm getting vaccinated. I don't got to wear this damn mask. They were happy. They were in line. And all of a sudden, wait a second, you could get COVID with the damn mask. What in the world is this? So a lot of people feel a lot of different ways. A lot of people are upset too, because you had one doctor saying, please wear the mask. Another doctor, no, don't wear the mask. It's not that serious. It doesn't protect. You don't know what to believe. How do you guys feel? What do you guys feel in the audience as well? What's going on, Science Specs?
Well,
where you go ahead?
For me personally, I say for me personally, I mask up. You know, and I know we're not speaking specifically about the vaccine.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the vaccination, because I don't think there's enough research that's been done. And there's been a lot of contradicting information from the exact sources that, you know, is supposed to help guide us. However, I do my due diligence and I try to continue to keep myself safe by masking up and keeping others safe by masking up. That is my contribution to making sure the virus isn't spread on my end.
Okay. What about you, Specs?
I've been vaccinated, but I'm gonna tell you how crazy things are looking. I'm acting like I never got vaccinated and we're in the beginning, because with this another variant and it knocks the you got vaccinated, it doesn't matter, and it's more aggressive than what's going on right now, which is crazy aggressive. So I expect it's going to take another turn. This is going to be a horrible winter. I can see that now from economic point. So I'm going at it like how I see it. I see it about to get worse. I saw it coming in 19. I was following it and online, and when it hit Europe, I was telling people this is going to be terrible, and they were like, people were like, dang, we never like happened here, and then here we are. It's about to get worse. It's about to get worse because a lot of people are not vaccinated. So, and this is aggressive, this new strain, and for the new strain, it's fast. So it hasn't been that long for this aggressive a strain. This should have been 5-10 years from now, and it's so aggressive so soon. Another one might pop up. That's more aggressive, and when that happens, you need to be ready and not try to find a mask. You know what happened last time? People trying to find masks, they all sold out. Think like this.
Wow.
Get ready. It's going to get worse. We're saying it here. It's going to get worse. If you need toilet paper, don't wait. If you need masks, don't
Thank you
wait.
for saying
You
that.
can go to the store, buy it now, because when you wait, you see what happens. And we know what's coming. We've seen the previews of this movie, and we're in half of it. So, and this is the beginning. We haven't hit the top yet. So, no, when you see a movie like, man, that's terrible. You know, hold up, it's too early in this movie. Something else is going to happen. It's going to happen. Get ready.
Right.
Well, and here's the kicker, and I'm glad you put that out there in reference to prepping. Like I said, this whole month was dedicated to some type of form of preparation. You know, jobs are reconsidering. They're putting things on halt again because of, a lot of jobs and corporations are like, hey, we're getting back to normalcy. Let's start bringing the people back in, this, that, and the third. And now all of a sudden, guess what? The rate of the Delta variant is 120 times % higher than the COVID-19. That means that I could literally be standing across from you and boom, I have it. I currently know at this time about 8 to 9 people who actually have COVID. And it's like, wow. And it's from this, that, and that, this one. And you're like, wait a second, what the hell is this? And it spreads that fast. And unfortunately, I live in Florida, good old Florida. You can't, what can I say about Florida?
Yeah, I'll be wilding out in Florida. Love Florida.
And Florida put out there, Governor DeSantis said, we will not do any type of lockdowns, even if the cases have went up. Basically, his point on it is like, it's here. You either have it, you don't.
Right.
Just kind of like the flu. You have it or you don't. You deal with it. You live, you die. He didn't put a little stank to it, but he basically just said, this is what it is. Deal with it. Now, at the end of the day, I know he was back and forth with a lot of in court, because he wanted to take away the mandation that they had in reference to having only vaccinated travelers on the cruise ships, because of course, a lot of them dock and port, here in Florida. And he said, no, he actually won that. I thought he was not going to win, because I'm like, that's not fair to have somebody come on the cruise ship and possibly infect someone else. And then what happens then? You already seen the travels that cruise ships have been through. But at the same time, they made a comment. It was like, it's the battle between the pandemic of the non-vaccinated. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't use that terminology, only because if you do have a vaccination, you still can get COVID, right? They just say the symptoms are less and you may not die and these different things. But with that being said, I don't care if you're vaccinated or you're not vaccinated. If you have it, you can still spread it. Guess who cannot get a vaccination even if you pay them? Children can't. If you're under the age of 11, you cannot get a vaccination. So regardless of what you look at, somebody's giving somebody something. And kids do what? They go like this, they do this, they do all, they're like,
they're licking things, they're putting things in their mouth that don't belong.
I mean, so what do we do? You was raising your hand. Go ahead, Jackson and Ty.
Here comes the shutdown, because the shutdown, when the adults pass from this, and they will, in record numbers, that's not going to shut it down. What's going to shut it down is the loss of children. When people start seeing more loss of children, that's what's going to do it. So, and this variant is attacking children. So we need to be ready. Have a plan. If you have small children, right now, have a plan of pulling them out of school. Because if it gets bad as it's going to look, and right now we're about to go into, some schools have already started, they're about to start. We're about to go into winter. So I'm saying between probably late August, November, watch your children. Because that's going to be the tell. That's going to be our tell. Because the adults they're going to get sick. They might pass, they'll be okay, whatever. It's the children, and this one is aggressively attacking children. So,
well, I was going to add something to that, because even though you have different governors fighting the battle out, you shouldn't wear a mask, we're not mandating masks, we're not going to do lockdowns, this, that, and the third. Businesses are entities, are private companies. You know, if Universal said or Disney decided to shut down their number of occupants or put back the mask mandate, they can do this regardless of what the governor is saying. This is going to really, really play out too politically, and I think that this, unfortunately, I think that this virus, this COVID, has played out politically. You know, you see Republicans now pushing for the vaccination. I think the reason why they're pushing for the vaccination is because they really feel, they foresight, and they see that this is going to affect the economy. Because guess what? If I'm vaccinated, but you're not, and this and this and this, and you happen to be, you know, a host or a waitress at a restaurant, so forth and so on, guess what? People who are frontline workers, they're going to catch it first. The children, like you said, that's going to be a test too. Coming back home sick. You already know flu season. Forget about COVID. It never existed. How many times somebody pop up with the flu and now the whole house has it, everybody's coughing and touching each other?
So we didn't really have a flu season last year. So of course the flu mutated. So what they usually do is take the old flu from last year and give you a shot of some of that so you can have immunity to it. We don't really have that. And now people are around each other more, and the flu is more like cold. Touch this, touch my face. So people are so ready to get back to this, they're forgetting about the flu. And so it's gonna be an aggressive flu with no shot for it probably. And you got COVID that's more aggressive. So like I said, this is going to be a really rough winter. Really, so get ready now. Don't wait.
Yeah. I would say for right now, go ahead, prepare to get your mask. I know a lot of people are like, hey, I'm tired of masks.
That's what.
That's what some of the comments says. I'm
done
with masks, you know.
I'm done with masks.
And you know what? I regardless of what your background is, you know, I think we all can be irritated somehow of the mask. You know, it's frustrating when you hear that masks are not effective. I mean, I say it all the time. I like masks for when people had the flu, when people used to talk and spit out of their mouths and just stank breath, whatever you had going on. You know, I keep the mask on. But this is going to be some trying times. And if you ask a little kid to put a mask on, that's going to be hard too. You know, little toddlers, they take them on. How many kids get kicked off of airplanes and different things because they can't keep a mask on? You know, these things are going to be playing out, and we're going to hear about it over and over again. In regards to monkeypox, I don't know what the fuck my verbiage. It was some big old bumps because somebody was touching some ass of some chimps. I don't know,
They was touching it, Kia.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Basically, somebody ended up going somewhere in Africa, was messing with some animals, and went back to Atlanta, and then just started exposing people to it, and it just started popping up everywhere. I mean, all I have to say in reference to that is keep your damn hands to yourself. If you want to look at an animal, look at it behind a glass or something like that. You don't have to touch nobody. You don't have to touch no animal. I mean, really? I mean,
wait a minute. Wait. There's too many words that I'm trying to read. But look up
monkeypox picture. Ooh.
Yeah. And it says that it includes the variola, cowpox, and vaccinia viruses. When you can't pronounce it, there's monkeypox in itself has what, 3 to 4 different viruses in it? Is that what I'm gathering?
No, it looks like leprosy. That's what it looks like. I know that we don't really talk about religion on here like that, but I just want to say, if y'all got the holy book, pull out that holy book and do a comparison of what that monkeypox looks like. And you like, what the heck?
Yeah,
it looked like zombies walking. And then since we are talking about diseases, what the fuck happened to Ebola? Like, did they just cancel that? Is that like not in season right now? Like, did it disappear? Do we have some type of remedy for that?
I don't know. I know when they caught that, but that was when Obama was president, so he saw that.
Well,
Obama had teams around the world, so when they saw stuff like that, they would attack it there. And sometimes bring patients here, but that's why that disease didn't pop off, because America had teams in other countries that would report back and say, "Hey, we see this might be an issue." Then we would attack it there. That's what we didn't do with COVID. We saw COVID and thought it was just a China problem, and then when it went to Europe, they were like, it's just a China-Europe problem, and they still didn't do anything about it. So when we started having people come here, like when they had Ebola, they watched everybody that left their region. They were checking everybody. With COVID, they were like, eh. So by the time they even started, it had been here. So,
my God, I know we had this comment just pop in. I'm in Atlanta by the CDC, the monkey lab. Oh my God, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Ty just reached out to me. They're having a bad storm in New York. So the power, the internet, all that stuff went out. And we are going to touch a little bit about that. About natural catastrophes. Like I said, this show was just a wrap up of this month because we were talking about prepping, but I wanted to go ahead and share my screen with you guys and talk about 10 tips to help build and keep a healthy immune system. I know a lot of times we could talk about it, but we're not actually implementing it. But if we can have some type of information just handy out there to be able to give back and just remind ourselves. So one, a good gut health may be key. A lot of times people don't know that, a lot of those toxins store in your belly. I have a belly. Unfortunately, I know it's filled with toxins, and I know I have to be able to purge that out. Just a couple of key notes from that. They're doing a lot of studies. 80% of your immune system is in your gut. Unprocessed foods and antioxidants may have a protective effect, and it can reduce inflammation and encourage good gut bacteria and help establish a healthy immune system. Focus on your fibers, vegetables, fruits, all those type of things there. Processed food is definitely something that will tear down your immune system. And I already stand, guys. Things are habitual, right? We're used to getting fast food, or we're used to getting this, and it has to become a lifestyle. But there are ways to slowly integrate these things into your life. Maybe a person drunk all these sodas all the time. We'll slowly just start changing that, drinking a little bit more water, flavored water, as long as you're trying. That's the main goal, because I know a lot of times we're just kind of set in our ways and we're rocking out. I know my grandma say before she passed away, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die happy. Well, you definitely don't want to die happy drinking your soda with monkeypox. So, we got to change our way of. Yeah. And it's a process, guys. It's a total process. Number 2, wash your hands frequently. This is one practice that we need to keep for the rest of our lives. Scrub them for at least 20 seconds. If you count the scrub, make sure you say it a little slow to yourself. Sometimes they implement it for the kids, sing the happy birthday song, do it, but you got to get underneath those nails. We just have to be able to have that hand sanitizer handy. A lot of times people are using that and they're not washing their hands. If you wash your hands, you'll see there's a lot of dirt on those hands. These hand sanitizer kills bacteria and some viruses, but it doesn't get rid of the other stuff. So you definitely want to do both if you can. Work out on a regular basis. That is key. Not everybody's able to do that all the time. Like I said, this whole thing is a process. We're in this all together. So maybe if you have a friend to call you and say, hey, let's take our walks, let's go for a jog or whatever you have. Physical activity may flush out the bacteria and clear your airways. It slows down and releases stress hormones because we all know that stress can definitely build up. Decreases your chance of developing some diseases such as heart disease, fatty liver disease, and of course keeps your bones strong. But at the end of the day, working out is key. But at the very end, if you see too many rigorous workouts can weaken the immune system and leave you vulnerable to flu and viruses. So with that being said, you want to be able to balance that out. Always consult your doctor. If you don't have a doctor, because some people don't have doctors, there's libraries, let's utilize them. There's the internet, see what's good for you. There are so many different ways to work out. There's no excuse now in 2021. Even like I said, it's a walk, a long walk in the neighborhood. You, your dog, yeah.
Walk your dog will help. Jesus, yeah.
That too. I put in there number 4, shower after working out. I know we talking about you a stank ass, but besides being a stank ass,
you had to take a shower. Yeah. You had to put
wait.
Wash your ass. I gotta wash my ass.
Well, I put take a shower because, of course, we already know that you should take a shower, but perspiration left on the skin allows bacteria to grow. Breakouts plus sweat helps create breeding bacterial fungal grounds. If you imagine right now you have damp clothes and you don't dry them properly, they start smelling like mildew. Imagine right now you're sweaty, and you're like, okay, you're doing a little check. I don't stink. Let me go ahead and do me. You little nasty ass. Get in the shower, wash off, dry completely. Close those pores up. There's no excuse. And these are things, though. These are the reasons why we get
Can you quickly in 2 seconds bring me up to speed? Being that I didn't got, sorry, guys, but we're in the middle of a bad storm. So it's, it's a shit show over here.
Yes, I was giving 10 tips to build and keep a healthy immune system. Like I was telling everybody, we're in this together, because at the end of the day, there's things that I know I need to be doing better. You need to be doing better. This one needs to be, and we need to build a community, and that's why the Facebook platform is there. So we can kind of reach out and give you reminders like, hey, did you take your walk? Or hey, sis, hey, brother, let's get this together. Because especially in the Black community, we do not do a lot of checks like that in reference to our health and keeping each other accountable, and we do it all the time. But I just read a couple of ones. Your gut, 80% of doctors are saying basically a lot of the your immune system is based out of your gut. So we got to clean that shit out, back that up, drink some prune juice, get all that, flush it out, eat those fiber-rich type of vegetables. And just make sure you're cleaning out your liver as well, because that's also a filtration system.
Drink lots of water and your kidneys.
Yes. Also, I said wash your hands frequently. We had a comment on here. The comment was, don't just wet them, wash them. Thank you, Cash Money.
I got to use soap too.
I mean, you know what? And I have to honestly say, I mean, growing up in New York, I used to drink sometimes water for the fire hydrant, the Johnny Pump. You go to the corner bodega store. You didn't walk around with hand sanitizers in the 80s and stuff in the 90s. You was too busy giving dap and this and that, trying to be cool. It happens, right? But then we know better. When we're young, we do stupid things. Now that we're older, we need to do it right, and we need to show examples for our kids, because we definitely don't want them walking around licking shopping carts like my little one. Oh my God. Work out on a regular basis. We were talking about that, how it flushes out bacteria, and it also slows down your stress hormones. Sometimes working out can be redundant. It can be tiresome. Maybe you never even did it before a day in your life. But at the end of the day, even if, like Specs was saying, you're walking your dog, just taking it, instead of having someone else take out the trash, you walk to the trash compactor or down the thing. Instead of using your car, you walk. There's many ways that we could get our walks on. We could get our run on. I see you shaking your head. There's many ways we can do it.
I actually like walking. All jokes aside, I am a walker. I really do like walking. It's very calming to me for the soul, and you get to breathe and stuff. And then you get to people watch and be nosy all at the same time while you're minding all of your own business.
I mean, we do it and we'll justify any way we have, but we have to be able to see our great grandkids raised, and tell the story about how we survived this terrible horror movie of outbreaks.com or whatever we want to back to it. We have to be able to talk about it. And this is the way we keep our immune system going, but once again, at the very bottom, it does talk about, doing too many exercise can leave you vulnerable to the flu and viruses. So you want to balance it out, not too much, because there are people who are just crazy, Euro style gymnastics, and you're like, wait, slow it down. And then there's some people who don't do it at all. You got to find that balance. Back to taking a shower after your workout. We have somebody here that put a comment. Let's see here. I lightly put Head and Shoulders on my body, like feet, and underarms to kill fungus. Whatever works, whatever works.
You want to know what? That it's funny that he put that up there, and thank you, because one day I was opening up a bottle of Head and Shoulders, and when I opened it up, it accidentally squeezed and went in my eyes. And trigger warning, guys, but let me tell you, the gook, it was the most disgusting thing that my eyes just kept spewing out the green gook. Head and Shoulders is no joke. That's pretty much my point.
What was it doing to you? What you had going on? You said monkeypox.
In my eyes, it was.
You said monkeypox.
It was not the monkeypox. I think I had the green monster. It was coming out my eyes. That Head and Shoulders. Listen, when you can take Head and Shoulders and clean your engine with it, you already know.
Well, then
I'm playing.
Okay. Thank you for putting it on your feet and all types of other stuff, because it's killing all types of things. Whatever works, my brother. Whatever works. Hey, because you know what? You'll hear the opposite story, like, oh, I just kind of ride it out. I don't do nothing. And that's where we have the issue.
And can we make sure that when we shower with more than just our hands? At least use a washcloth or a loofah, and wash your back as well, too.
Can I give this disclaimer, since we're talking about hygiene? A lot of people, and I understand, especially when you're poor or coming up, you may not have different types of stuff. Do not, people out there listening, use the same cloth that you wash your ass with on your face. I repeat, do not do it. Don't do it. I've seen all types of cultures. I've seen all types of people. But the reason why I'm saying not to do that, because a lot of people do not know you got bacteria on that booty, right?
How do you not know that?
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, I have seen all types of things, and sometimes you think, oh yeah, that's common sense. Common sense is not common. You want to be able to you separate. Face is separate from that ass. Sorry. Just put it out there. Somebody needed to hear it. Sorry. Number 5 is taking vitamins. Vitamin C contributes to immune defense by supporting cell function and protecting against environmental oxidant, stress, free radicals, and pollutants. And then also sunlight is a great source. However, this depends on your skin's melanin level. Only 10 minutes of sun exposure daily produces plenty of vitamin D for fair-skinned individuals, no more, or you are susceptible to skin cancer. A lot of times, us Black people growing up, we be all in the sun, not realizing your ass could get sunburnt and have all types of skin problems as well. I have seen plenty of elderly, or I don't want to say elderly, older senior, to myself, who have all types of skin stuff going on with them because they thought, oh, I'm skin sunbathing. No, mama. No, you're burning. You're burning from the inside out. Stop it. Stop it now. It's not cute. I'm sorry. Number 6, reduce your stress level. Stress affects your body immune response. It causes you to produce extra levels of cortisol and triggers inflammation. Stressed people are probably not getting enough sleep and not eating right, so they are neglecting other healthy habits that boost immunity. We're going to talk about stress too, but just put it out there. We have to be able to find the silent stress killers. And I know that that's easier said than done, right, guys? Because we got work, we got kids, we got bills, we got this, we got all types of things, but we have to do this. I had somebody tell me very close to me, they said that, my kids are going to kill me. They don't help out. They don't do this. They don't do this, blah, 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 blah. They will kill me. I guess they're going to kill me then. I guess they're going to take my house and my bullshit my ass. They're not killing me. Oh, no. You are priority in your life. You do not want to be able to say, hey, the kids are killing me. Find a way. If there's a will, if there's a way. At the end of the day, do not have the kids, do not have your boss, do not have people indirectly kill you. Because these silent killers, it's going to lower your immune system, guys.
That's so true, Kia. I mean, especially now that, again, we have the Delta variant that's out. People are trying to go back to work. That's very stressful. And even the other episode, Liz had touched on it about, even being stressed when you go out somewhere and you want to mask up, but nobody else is stuff like that gives people a lot of anxiety.
It's true. No, sure. We have a comment that came in real quick.
Humble Lion. I'm light. Oh, go ahead. You read it?
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I'm light skinned. We played in the sun all day long and drank water. Water hose water. We were built different and compared to today's, it's true.
It is true. And you know what's funny? Because when you think about, yes, we was drinking from the Johnny Pump and we was doing it. For some strange reason, they're adding chemical, like the stuff that we used to do back then is not, you can't do it anymore. You can't just pick up and start playing and drinking and doing different things because they're deliberately putting stuff in the water and all types of stuff. So it's definitely true. I think our generation is kind of like the last Mohicans of tough skin.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking, and Humble Lion, we're just talking about physicality. Don't get the emotional shit going on. As soon as you raise your voice at one of these youngsters, they're like breaking down and that's a whole nother, story. But at the end of the day, we definitely have to keep our stress levels down. Number 7, take up yoga or meditation. This calms your nervous systems, helping to reduce inflammation as well. And this is what I'm going to go to in reference to sleep. I'm actually going to skip to number 9 real quick. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. It's a natural reboot to your system. Your body relies on a full night's rest of replenished cells and proteins. Can't sleep, what else can you do? If you cannot go to sleep for whatever reason, try to meditate. Meditation, guys, is just a way of calming your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, you're like, man, I can't stress, and then you're on your cell phone, the bright light got you all fucked up, all different types of things happening. being able just to calm the mind. If you're in true meditative state, it's equal to like a couple of hours of sleep in reference to your body just being at peace and calmness. So, because there are people who can't truly sleep, right?
I'm one of those people. Like, I very rarely get even 5 hours straight sleep on any given night.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times I could be up 2, 3, 4 days, and then I might crash for 2 days, and then I'm just up. Like, I cannot sleep at all. I try to drink tea, lots of water. I try to turn off the TV, stop reading, but my mind is always on go. Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. And that was the key, what I said in reference to being able to silence the mind. Mm-hmm. Because of course, when you're meditating, you're still up, right? You're not fast asleep snoring somewhere, but it's just able to just calming thyself, And at the end of the day, when you're not on a sleep regular pattern, it throws everything off. Your whole vibration, your whole everything, the energy you're putting out, the ones that you're receiving, you get a little bit of bitchier, you get this, you get snappy, whatever.
You forget things, your mind is cloudy.
We've seen it. And at the end of the day, since we're talking about preparation, there's a lot of things going on in reference to the space and the cellular and this and all types of stuff we haven't even touched upon. You have to be able just to have that moment of quietness to yourself. Just quietness. If you don't know where to begin, number 8 is practicing breathing techniques, slow, controlled breathing using your diaphragm. Also, it can help lower your blood pressure and improve blood flow. But if you just don't know where to begin, quietness, alone. Find the time, guys.
Even if you want to know what, and I know there are some people that like have a hard time finding peace and quiet, in a chaotic household. Yeah. Maybe even if you can like let your family know that you call it bathroom time. For at least like 10 to 15 minutes, you go in the bathroom and just whatever you want to do, just sit there, even taking a nice bubble bath. You could go on YouTube and they have those meditation videos with the hertz sounds. Yeah. Each one of those sounds like, work on a different like chakra, like the throat chakra, the root chakra, the heart chakra. And those actually do help you calm down and help you with the focal point breathing, like you were talking about, Kia.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, those little things that we wrote up in here, just take that time out just to do one of them. Like if you have a whole list like this,
have sex also and masturbate, that works too.
Okay, well,
what's so funny about this show? Because one of us will say something.
So all that needs is some chakra background with some yoga because I got the meditation thing down. So we're good. Okay.
For the people in the back, she said masturbation also is key for relaxation. I wasn't going there today.
I'm going there. I am going there. I'm going all up in there.
Did you just do the power fist? Okay, that's strong arm. Jesus Christ, Ty.
My God.
Oh my God.
But
the last thing that
Earl.
Let's go to a comment. How about that? Humble Lion. I always soak up these rays for the winter. My body loves it. Another tip to exercise in the winter instead of the spring and summer to keep the blood flowing. Movement is medicine. Very, very true.
Movement is medicine. Movement.
Oh my God. Last on the list. The last on the list is employ positive thinking. Fake it till you believe it. Your mental state really does influence your physical body.
Wait a minute. Can you read that again?
Fake it until you believe it. Oh my God, Ty. I can't. I'm trying to be serious with the people.
Let me be serious. Okay.
But at the end of the day, you guys clearly get what I was trying to say. Those little tips there will definitely help where they can, however you can talk, what you can do. I know we're going to be wrapping it up soon, so let's just talk real quick about natural disasters. They're happening. I don't know what the hell's happening on the West Coast. Like the whole West Coast is just getting burnt down as we speak.
Yeah.
It's just like, and the crazy thing is you hear a story about, everyone's house is going up in price, right? And they're worth this and worth that. But imagine, we talked about it, have your bug out bags ready, a little bag or something for your family, because literally you get a knock on the door and then you have 10 minutes to evacuate from your home. And that's what's happening in Oregon and certain parts of California as well, where it's just burning down to the ground. It happens intentionally because of lightning, because of drought. It is happening. It is here. I know we're on the East Coast, a lot of us over here, but we do talk to our audience on the West Coast. You have to be able to prepare for that. Natural disasters are not going to be able to be prevented. We also had something that I posted on the Facebook page about how they're paying scientists to create weather. I've been knew this. Of course, I didn't have no proof. They talked about it here and there, but it's happening more and more. Look up chemtrails, chemical trails that are left in the sky, how that is affecting people. A lot of times, what the hell is chemtrails? Well, basically, a plane goes through the surface and the stratosphere and drops chemical trails, and it falls on you. You're not seeing, you're just outside, just kicking it, enjoying the rays of the sunshine. I mean, it's out there. You just have to be able to kind of balance it all, we're still currently in a hurricane season. So we already know about that. Earthquakes, they always talk about the big one. You just never know. So that's something there that we will always kind of touch bases on because it's prevalent. That's not going anywhere neither. Like we were talking about a little earlier. It's like what did we say? A sci-fi movie gone wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 17 of them just all like came together. Like, really? So it's fucking crazy.
You want to read that one, Ty?
Yes, Humble Lion. West Coast fires are dues, but people don't either know or believe it. What's
yeah. Go. I was gonna ask, can you go into a little bit of detail with that? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I have another terminology for that, but if you can explain what that one is, it definitely would help us in the audience.
Yeah.
But with that being said, this is something, once again, that is happening, regardless if it's intentional, it's not intentional, a crazy mad scientist is doing it. How do we prepare? How do we stay safe? How do we treat and help our loved ones?
Direct energy. Can you put that up there, Kia?
Yeah, wow. That's
direct energy weapons. Thank you.
Well, and I didn't want to talk about it. We will do a show. We will do, and I want to put it out there. We'll talk a little bit more about it at the end of the show, but we are going to be doing theme shows. And what I mean by that is for that whole month, we'll be talking about these topics, kind of all correlating with one. That's included in regards to conspiracies, and not saying conspiracy theories are, delusional people. There is truth to conspiracies. We're just waiting for those truths to kind of unravel. But yes, there are direct energy weapons. We need to talk about it. It's out here. I guess I'm a part of that woke community who has my eye to the. We be talking about.
I just don't. Look, y'all already know I don't trust the government. So I always think something shady is going on behind the scenes. And I feel as if we know about it, that means there is something deeper going on that we really don't know about. That's honestly the way I feel.
Want to talk about, this is like the kind of the last topic. We're going to talk about the inflation. When is it going to end? I shop at a grocery store, bought a whole, pack of chicken wings. Normally, it would range you between $9 to $12. Can you guys guess what I paid for?
Probably 15.
What about
17.
you? I paid $21 for it.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm sorry. What? Wait, okay. So on a normal day outside of our sci-fi nightmare that we're living right now, you would normally go and pay between $9 to $12.
Yes, for a pack of the chicken wings. Yes.
And you paid how much?
21. I don't know if you guys are aware, but it could be anything. Maybe you do smoke cigarettes, maybe you don't. Maybe you have a car and you buy your gasoline. Maybe you own a home and you see how the price of your house is just going up. No matter where you're going, everything is going up. And some people are not going to be able to afford this. Some people are waiting for this bubble to burst. Because when it does, it does. What do you think? What's your prediction with that specs in reference to this inflation?
Well, inflation is probably gonna get worse. Because I know the Fed was talking about. All right, so when COVID hit and all these companies started closing, stock market was like, I know they started inject basically like fake money, buying bonds, stocks, stuff like that. So we wouldn't go into like a depression. But they're still putting this fake money out there. So inflation is going up. Companies are still making. Companies know they can charge more, so they're just doing it.
Yeah.
And when gas goes up, and gas is always your indicator. So if gas goes up and it stays up, everything else will follow because things travel. So that's one of your first costs is traveling. Because we don't grow cans or whatever, so it has to come here from someplace. So all that goes up. So then that cost goes to buying chickens. Now you got to feed your chicken. The chicken feed costs more. Now it costs more to do this. Now the chicken costs more. So everything is starts to do that. So it going away anytime soon? No, we're not. We're about to go into like the flu, COVID crazy season. We got malware attacks everywhere, and disruptions. Just to tell you like a little bit about that, like the disruptions with that. So when that happens, that affects costs. So like if you stop a pipeline for a week or two, that's a ripple effect, and you're going to see that cost much later. So it's so many things that's happening right now. It's not going to get better anytime soon. We're just seeing the beginning now. We're about to get hit with a whole bunch of shit. So
which coincides with this comment here, Ty.
Yep. This is not even hyperinflation. Wait till that happens. Crime is going to be epic. That is so sad. Like, is this really where we're at? And I, again, being on this show, I learned so much from, you guys and the people that tune in to watch.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you kidding me? This is really what we have to prepare for.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting a vaccination.
My taser. Every woman should have a taser.
I have a stun gun. I have a well. I don't. I have a.
Get something like that.
I believe in. I believe in them other guns.
I had those too.
No, but it's true what you're saying. Here's another comment here.
Wood, paint, and glass is sky. I can't finish some projects. And paint stores are empty of paint, can't get glass. Wow. Wow. Yeah, well, I actually was watching something on the news even about stuff like that, like when independent business owners are trying to package their stuff. The glass bottles that they use are going up, so they can't use those anymore. The plastic is everything is going up.
Just so the audience can know, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Ty, my favorite, kind of relaxation is the bookstore. I love my books, right? And one of a present that somebody can give me, if anybody wants to send me a present, is a Barnes & Noble gift card. And I'm like, okay, let me go to Barnes & Noble just to check out what's the latest thing. And this is in a predominantly white neighborhood, the Barnes & Noble I go to. and they're like 25 to 50% off. Everything's closing. I'm like, wait, what's happening? This is the bookstore. Who doesn't like to read books? Who are these people? And they're like, well, we're trying to find another location. So I go to the lady. I'm like, what do you mean you're trying to find a location? You're here. Because, if you can remember, everybody has a barn or seen a bookstore.
Yeah.
They're really huge. She said they can't afford the rent. I said, what?
That's happening a lot too. Yep.
Because she said that they're individually owned, so it's not like this big old conglomerate and they're like, hey, we're paying for the rent of these stores. This, Specs is the manager and he has to pay the bills and he cannot afford the rent. Bookstore has been here. At least I lived there in that area, if I want to say a good 12 to 13 years. I want to say pushing 15 and they've been there. Now you can't afford the rent? What the hell must... And first of all, people, have you seen the prices of rents these days? A 1-bedroom in a decent neighborhood will set you off about, I heard somebody quote me $1,600. I wasn't looking for myself. I was looking for somebody else. $1,600?
You know how it is in New York City.
That wasn't in New York?
These prices are ridiculous. What we are witnessing is a controlled demolition of America. The real owns sold this country. Yes, sold. And it's time to collect with the reset. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh.
We might need to have Humble Lion come on the show real quick.
Because you want to know what? Humble Lion has been like a very faithful viewer. He's always on. Yeah, which we thank you. We love you, Humble Lion. But he's good. And then remember, I believe he has his own podcast too.
Yeah. But with this being said, this it's really crazy. We have Earl here that says 1,500. Atlanta 1-bedroom rental is 1,500 on the low end. And I needed to do a podcast about this. And the reason why I say that is because on the West Coast, we already know California is definitely the spotlight for this. They would have a big, let's just say a 4-bedroom apartment. But they don't rent out the 4-bedroom apartment like you have your room, I have my room. They literally have little like compartments for you to kind of just lay and put your storage. Little pods for people. But they rate they and I have to show the video clip. They literally have these pods for individuals and they charge $800 per pod. So you have a 4-bedroom apartment with a pod in it. So let's just say this here is a bedroom, right? And I can fit about a good 6 pods in here. So 3 here, 3 here, and then boom, here's the closet in the middle. $800 per pod in a 4-bed. What the fuck is going on in this economy? Like, wow.
I believe a report came out that people earning minimum wage can't afford a 2-bedroom apartment in most counties in America. Yeah.
And to add to that, they said in order for you to be able to at least to have something decent, you have to make 50 plus or more in the United States of America. The average person makes less than $50,000. And I'm talking about African Americans to be exact. It's called the working poor. If you look at the average household, you have households where people are living together, right? You have uncle and auntie or mom and dad and grandma and this as like one unit. When these folks are doing this, it's not because they trying to tap into their African culture and recycle the money in, because they still doing their own thing. It ain't one unit, one love. Mama got her own shit over here, daddy over here. Everybody got their own thing happening. These are families forced to live with each other because the shit is too high.
They're trying to survive. Yeah,
exactly.
But what do you do? Like pay your rent or eat? Pretty much that's where we're at. Pay your rent, eat, or put gas in your car. Let's not even talk about the price of gas.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I think somebody just mentioned it. I think that was Humble Lion. We haven't seen it yet when crime is kicking in. If I just told you right now, in the month of July, that I paid $21 for a pack of chicken wings. And this is the thing, you would think like, well, wait a second, can you go somewhere else? No, it has the same price.
Right.
Because they all buy from the same company. The companies might just wrap it differently with a different logo on it. So no, it's expensive all over, and it's not getting any cheaper. We're not getting like I said, the winter is gonna be horrible. These prices are gonna go when the violence goes up, because people like eating. So when you can't afford certain things, you're like, well, I can't buy it, so I'm gonna take it because I still gotta eat. My kids still gotta eat. And around Christmas, it's always the crime always goes up, and crime has been going up just anyway. So it's yeah.
And for people, go ahead, Ty. Go, Ty.
Just really quick, I never thought that when we started doing this live show and, bringing specs on, that a year later, like I would really be in the position where I really had to worry about prepping. Like I never knew that. I mean, you always know that there are things that you need to be prepared for, but I mean, this is real. This is really in our face. We are seeing it right now. I just never thought that we would be in this position. It's scary. It's very scary to me.
I mean, it's interesting that you say that, because you want to be able to be optimistic, right? You want to be able to say it's going to be okay. You want to be able to say it's all good, and happy times. The last little topic that I was going to talk about, just to kind of wrap it up, was just taking a break, right? Taking a break and just trying to be able to relax and breathe. But at the same time, we have to do this just to be able to stay present in the now, just to be able to make it to the next day. Because literally, you can look into your family and your friends' specs, you too, Ty, and we know people who are going through it. We know people who are struggling. We know people who are trying to hang on, and this is the way we're living, and we have to be able to cope. Every day there's a story, right? And we have to be able to kind of take that break to breathe and just trying to maintain. Taking a break for me is doing those little tips as much as I can, being able to kind of check in on a friend, right? Hold each other accountable, like, hey, Specs, you good? Hey, Ty, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody, whatever, doing that, checking on your loved ones and just having that moment to breathe. I want to leave everybody with, this is going to be like Melissa just stated right here. This is the way of life now. Yeah. Let's get used to it. Let's adapt and overcome and be able to still prepare and to be able to see the next day. Please prep. Prep. Please be able to do it. We have what's the government is sending out that little the stimulant check. It's an advancement on your taxes, the child earned income credit if you do have children.
What is it, like 600?
It's 300 if you have a child under the age of, I think, 5 or 6, and then if it's older, then it's 250 if I'm not mistaken.
Let's remember, people. I'm sorry, when we're getting this money, remember that the kids are going back to school and you're going to need school supplies because, of course, over where I'm at, the schools don't really pay for a lot of stuff. They give you a long list of things, and damn near $200 later with 5 to 6 boxes of tissue that your kid doesn't really need, and it's getting dispersed out to everyone else. You're going to need that money.
Melissa says, no time to breathe. Prepping is a way of life right now. You have to be able to balance that out. Prep and breathe, find that little moment. I think Ty mentioned it, if it's a bubble bath time for yourself, it's just whatever, I know when Liz was on, she says, I got to turn that damn TV off. I already seen the updates for today. It can't get any worse within the next couple of minutes. Right. Well, there's always masturbation, right? There's always masturbation.
That's what I'm talking about. Now we on the same page. You know what I mean? my day one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let me just read the last couple of comments. Black women really need to prep and get firearm training. Most are single and will definitely be targeted. Game time is over. This is our reality. Very, very true. And then Melissa mentioned prayers. You know, for those people who are praying individual, yes, pray, pray, pray. For those people that tune into the life force and the cosmos, do whatever you do need to do to find your zen. But we need to do it so we can build this community and we can stick together. That's why this show is here, to inform, to say, hey, let's spread some love, let's educate, let's teach and release and all that other good stuff. I just want to let you guys know, speaking of releasing and all types of other pleasure principles that we were just talking about, next month we're going to be talking about relationships. We're going to be talking about breakups. We're going to be talking about, we're going to have another sex therapist come on, but she'll bring her toys and educate us on some things. Jesus Christ. I mean, and at the end of the day, you know, we still have a life too, right? While all the sci-fi shit is going on, we still got to take care of ourselves and maybe our spouses or our wives or whatever the case may be.
Melissa said, I do release.
Yes, I believe that everybody releases in somehow, some way, in some. Oh my God.
Humble Lion. Wait, what? He said, I put on my Martin DVD box set and it does it every time for me.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you put on the Martin DVD box set and you're not talking about some other type of thing. Because I know what Ty's head can be. What box set is that? Jeez. Yeah. But no, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you all. Hopefully we'll see Liz next week, and like and subscribe as you guys do. Share this information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.